Do woodpeckers get headaches? Is a full or an empty beer bottle better for breaking a human skull? Have people really been abducted by aliens and why? How often do deployed U.S. troops get constipated?
That's a great question.
Shake it up.
Yeah. The Martini boys. The Martini boys. Pour yourself a drink.
Good evening, Council. I don't even think it's the council, right?
I don't even know what he said.
What's happening? Dude, what's up, man?
Hey, we're back.
Hey, guys. My name is Drew.
Hey, Walcock.
Walcock, I don't know where you've been.
Walcock.
I'm pretty upset. Cheers.
I'd like to make a toast.
Yes.
To drinking martinis.
Matt is a free bird.
Yeah. It's nice to not be on call and get my liquor license.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Very good.
Just a classic Tito's soda
Yeah.
and a dash of grenadine for some color.
Yeah, not even a martini, but living life. What is a martini? A martini
To be
is,
fair, I mean,
whatever's drinking in a martini glass, right?
How would you know? How would you know?
Well, he just told everybody.
I don't know. Maybe I'm lying.
Oh,
Well, you know the dirty martinis, it's
just vodka.
basically straight up vodka with olive juice.
Olive juice.
And 3 olives. Sometimes they'll have the blue cheese, like the stuffed blue cheese. Yeah.
I love those.
And you like it probably, I don't know. I don't know if you would like it or not.
I think
One day we get to try
I think
it.
I've had it.
Okay. It's really like salty.
I'm gonna get one at wing night.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll get
What
a dozen
day
wings
it
and a
is?
dirty martini.
They make a good one. I've had a few.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think it might be a little bit of vermouth, but for all my dirty martinis lovers out there, sick and perverted. Well, guys, we're back. It's another week. Weather's been beautiful. We're getting close to summer. We are still down a man, technically 2. Danny is, I don't know. He's in the wild, I think.
He's running free.
I think so.
I think he took his pants off and just headed for the hills.
That's right. He took my advice, tucking it between the legs and let me get a yeehaw. Yeah, he's on a safari hunt or something. I don't know, man.
I miss him.
We miss you. The pod misses you. So we played some sad music last time. I guess you didn't get the hint.
But
This
the
is
show
great.
goes on.
The show goes on. Da 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 da. Beep boop beep beep beep.
Sorry, I was just erasing that.
Sorry. Give you guys a 5 seconds back. This is pretty random, but I was thinking earlier and I wanted to ask you. Say it doesn't have to be a bet. A bet is just like a good example, but maybe you wanted to buy a ticket, like a plane ticket, and you're like, you know what? Let me just wait, and it might be cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
let me hold off.
I've been doing that with a hotel I need to get for a wedding in San Diego in August.
Okay.
I'm like, it's not bad, but let me see if it gets cheaper.
Okay. So yeah, like that, or like you plan out a bet in your head, like, oh, like maybe I should make this bet, and then you don't go for it, and it wins, or you are like, oh, you know what? Let me just buy the ticket. It might get more expensive, and then it does get cheaper. Do you think it's just luck, or do you think like if you went through with it, it would be the opposite effect? Like,
I don't know.
you'd lose the bet, or you wouldn't have gotten the better price.
I guess it's circumstantial. It depends on the scenario. But
yeah.
I've definitely gone both ways with it.
Right.
I've made out well on it, or I've been screwed on it.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm gonna be able to get a cheap hotel ticket or a cheap hotel room for the wedding I'm going to in San Diego in August. But I'm waiting.
I know.
It's a waiting game. I told Lindsay, I was like, let's check back on this in like a week or two and see if it changes.
Okay.
And that's been like a couple months.
Yeah.
I just forgot.
I know they have apps and stuff that you can download that tries to get you the cheapest, or it'll keep eyes open for you. And one of them, like Trivago, and there's so many. There's Hopper. There's
I don't know if it's still
Kayak.
true, but it used to be that Tuesdays had cheaper airline tickets. I think maybe that's like when the schedule comes out. So like right
Okay.
off the bat, there's a lot of them, so they're cheaper. And then the more they fill up, then maybe more expensive it gets. I'm not sure, but
Is it because Tuesday is like the least amount of traveling?
it's not
or
even to
something
fly
like that?
on Tuesday. It's to book it on a Tuesday. So you can book
Oh,
a flight
okay.
for a Friday, but you're buying it on Tuesday. For some reason, Tuesdays in the past have been cheapest.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's still true or not, but
I'll have to check that out.
yeah.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Yesterday it was.
I know. Today's Wing Wednesday. I wonder if today gives you deals. Yeah, I know. I've heard like Tuesdays or booking on a Monday or booking on the Tuesday may get you a better deal for some reason, but it's always changing. It's always fluctuating. I feel
So
like.
did something happen to you that made you think of this? Did you make a bet
yeah.
or did you
No, I didn't make a bet, but
did you buy a ticket for something and
no.
came back and you're like, wow, it's 10 times cheaper now?
No, so yesterday, because that's why I said like it doesn't have to be a bet. Like I thought of this thought, if you will, because of a bet, but it could be really anything. But so the Rangers and Panthers obviously are facing each other, and I was like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, the Rangers are probably going to win, or if they don't, it'll be a loss by 1. So I was like, that would be a plus 1.5. So they either win the game or lose, but they only can lose by 1. So I was like, all right. So
It's a
I
good
touched
bet.
that. Yeah.
I mean, it could go either way. Both teams are killing it.
I've recently like looked into it, and definitely safer bets. And then I was like, it might be really close. It was above 5.5, so 6, or below 6. So I was like, all right, 5 goals, 5 scores. I mean, that seems doable. They're really good teams, good defense, good
It
offense.
was, right? It was 2-2 the other night going into overtime, and then
Right.
the Panthers had a snipe in overtime to make it 3-2 for the win.
Right.
So the Rangers did lose by 1, and there was 5 goals. So
And then I tapped on Panthers because, again, anything can happen, but statistically, they were more prone to win.
in
whatever.
overtime.
Just in general.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I tapped all 3. So it's the same day, like parlay, same day game parlay, or same game parlay, whatever it is, SGP. So I pressed the 3 of them, and the outcome was like almost 16 grand.
Damn.
And I was like, I just do it. I was doing it for fun, whatever. And I was like, so I did it. So I didn't place the bet. I would have won it.
Damn.
And like that's what kind of got me thinking. It's like, now if I made the bet, would something
Shoulda,
have
coulda,
happened?
woulda, right?
It's a shoulda, coulda, woulda situation. But also, if I did do it, would someone have slipped? Would someone have broken a foot? Well, is
Everything.
it
The
rigged?
world is reactional, right? If you
I
did
know.
that, maybe you would have been one less viewer on the TV, and someone at the arena would have said, "Oh, there's X amount of viewers," and somehow that got down to the team, and the team thought about it, and someone
Right.
just slipped because they were not paying attention.
Right.
You just never know.
You don't. I know. It could be rigged. It could be not. There could be a spy on the wall. I
Could
know.
be.
It just got me thinking. And again, I don't want it to just be about the bet. It could be any situation. It's the shoulda, woulda, coulda thing.
Mhm.
Like, if I waited longer, would it have been cheaper? And then you just buy right away, and then it is cheaper. Or you wait, and it just gets more expensive. It's just.
I
it's
will
one of those
say,
things.
with that wedding I'm going to in August, our flights, we've been saving up points forever, so our flights were $22. We're staying with my grandmother, and
Okay.
we're using her car. So the hotel for one night is our only expense, so I should have just bought it in
Right.
hindsight, but
Right.
we'll see. Maybe it'll go down.
I know.
Or maybe I'll just sleep on the side of the road,
Yeah, that's right.
under a bridge, in a
that's
box.
Right. It's happening. So.
Yeah.
You can find room. Well, we brought that up. We brought that up a while back. We were talking about red eyes, and we were like, no, never again.
Dude,
Because I was like, by the time
I'll
you
pay
had
extra money.
Yeah.
I'm never stopping. I'm never going
again,
overnight.
I know.
Unless I really have to. Like, we had to coming back from Hawaii, but
Right.
it's not like I'm not going to go to Hawaii just because of that.
Right.
I made it home. We passed through it.
Yeah. I know. But then, like I was saying, now you got 3 hours, 4 hours. So you buy a couple of drinks, you buy some food. It's like it just adds up. It's weird. Or they'll add some weird tax, or they're like, "Oh, your bag, it's 2 pounds heavier. You gotta pay us an extra $60."
I know. And like,
I don't like
with our
it.
trip next month to Alaska, we have to
Oh,
we
yeah.
have to pack for like 3 different seasons.
Okay.
'Cause I told Lindsay, I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll use my new carry-on like bag, and that way we don't have to worry about luggage getting lost." She's like, that's not going to work. Like you have to pack a jacket, you have to pack boots, you have to pack gloves, a hat,
Right.
scarves, and then on top of that, normal clothes, jeans, t-shirts, sweatshirts.
Right.
Like we have to pack for anywhere between, I'd say, like, I don't know, 35 and 65 degrees. So
Okay.
it's I don't think it's going to be an easy feat to pack for that.
No.
I'm just going to throw everything in. I'm going to borrow. I think I have a big suitcase, or I'll borrow one. I don't know.
Women do that regardless.
They're
Even if
gonna
it's a
do it.
2-day or 90-day, it's always 9,000 bags. But that's actually, I didn't even think of that. I'm glad you said that. So in Alaska,
I mean, it's been
obviously gonna be
50s this
cold.
week.
Okay, so much colder than here, but warmer than I thought.
But we're also flying. We're going to take a helicopter to a glacier where it's going to be freezing. So like
Okay.
we have to plan for that. I'm going out in the ocean to go fishing, deep sea fishing.
What's like the average temperature in like the summertime in Alaska for a cruise? Like when you're on
I
the
think
water.
it's going to be like end of October here, like 50s and 60s.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's not bad at all, but there will be times where it's colder. There will be
Right.
times where it might be warmer.
Okay. Is this a break? Alaska makes you do that. I love it. That just reminded me of that time at work, the hiccup and dead silence. I love it. That story never gets old. Is the cruise ship like a big one?
Yeah.
Medium?
It's
Okay.
not the biggest,
But like
and I've seen videos
Doable.
of it. It's not small by any means.
okay.
But I think I've only been on one other cruise, and it was Royal Caribbean when I was like
Okay.
10. I think that one might have been bigger than the one we're going on, but it's still like a large to maybe medium large size ship. So it's pretty big.
That's cool.
Because there's
Yeah.
smaller ones. I was actually talking to my grandma on the way over here, and she said that she took a small Italian cruise ship up there for her
Okay.
first time in Alaska, and she said it was amazing, but it was a small boat.
Right.
And that's what I've been saying is like Alaska, I think is going to be awesome, but at the very least, like if the weather's bad and like events get canceled, like we're going to be on a cruise ship. There's a
Right.
casino, there's pools, there's hot tubs, there's all sorts of fun stuff to do, and
Okay.
different restaurants and bars and everything to try. So
That's cool.
I'm just excited to get away, and I
don't blame you,
love the nature aspect of it. I'm looking forward to seeing some bear, some moose.
I didn't think of any of that. I'm thinking just glaciers and mountains,
Yeah.
snow,
There's gonna be tons
ice.
of wildlife.
That's so cool, man.
And then the deep sea fishing for salmon, that's going to be a big one. The helicopter ride to a glacier is going to be a lot of fun. So there's definitely plenty of things to be excited about.
Yeah, I know. Said it last time, and I'll say it again, but I can't wait to see pictures and hear about it because I've never been on a cruise. I don't think I'll ever. But like you said, if I do a cruise or choose to do it once in my lifetime, I think Alaska would be like the way to go.
It just seems like the way to see Alaska in luxury for the
Right.
average Joe.
Right.
You know, we all, it's not like we're out
It's not New
making
York
our
City.
own 2x4s in the woods and building our own houses and hunting for our own food.
Right.
So it's nice to have the luxury of seeing all these different places with the amenities of the cruise.
Right. Yeah, I mean, other than cruises and stuff, what's like the hot spot? It's like Anchorage, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to Anchorage, we're going to Juneau, we're going to Ketchikan, we're going to Skagway, we're going through Glacier Bay and College Fjord. So there's all different
Right.
ports, and they're all kind of known for their own different things, from what I understand.
Okay.
And some are,
That's
some are
crazy.
more triggered towards fishing, some are more triggered toward or aimed at like. I heard like Ketchikan is like there's a lot of jewelry, and I'm not sure if that has anything to do. And this is gonna sound stupid, I think, but I'm not sure if that has anything to do with like the gold rush or anything. If they, people
Maybe.
moved to the Pacific Northwest and then kept going up towards Alaska and found gold. I know there's a lot of like gold, not mining, but they
Like
go
when
out in
you're
the
sifting and
rivers.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Thank you.
I got
So,
you. That's cool, man.
I think there's going to be a lot of different things to see and different types of places and people, and I'm excited to absorb it all.
Hell yeah. Sweet. Yeah. I don't know why. I just thought I knew Anchorage and stuff. I knew there was like a city or two, but I always just thought Alaska was. I think too because I've seen movies and I watch Planet Earth and stuff, and it's like I just thought it was just
Nothingness.
really for the most.
I mean, I think for the most part it is.
Is it okay?
And
yeah.
that's what's kind of cool is like there's Arctic tundra up there where it's just like wilderness and wildlife. There's
Right.
rainforest in Alaska.
really
Yeah, we're gonna in Juneau.
That's
I think so.
sick.
Juneau, I think, is the capital. It's not even Anchorage.
like lush, like a green, like that
Yeah.
kind of. What
Yeah,
is it? Because the elevation and stuff, you're warmer. Or?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know, honestly, but I remember talking to one of our old coworkers, and he's like, yeah, we went on a hike through a rainforest,
Okay.
and it's like all wet and muddy and green.
What?
So
That's
it's not
awesome.
like, you think Alaska, you think freezing, cold,
That's it.
snowy, dark, and
Right.
glaciers, but we're going in the summertime. I think, the only snow we're going to see is on top of mountains and glaciers, so.
Yeah, that's sick. I think movies and stuff and seeing things on like National Geographic, like obviously they're doing extreme things, but it's crazy to think like in Alaska, like people are going to school, people are graduating high school and middle
Yeah.
school, and
We just started watching this show called Port Protection Alaska, and it's a place as well as the name of the show. And like there's the population's 36 people.
wow.
And they all help each other do everything. That some people live on floats in the bay. So like there's this one guy that goes down and fills up the barrels with air to like if one side of the float is sinking, like they have to bring it back up. They have to take down their own trees, to mill their own wood, to make their own 2x4s, to build their own additions, to build their own decks, to build anything they want to, they want to fix their roof.
Wow.
Everything is like sustainable up there. And then they make a lot of their money from fishing. So they go out there and they catch like 50-pound, 60-pound halibut. And that's, and they use these big long nets instead of like, they do use some rods here and there for like sport fishing for fun, but commercial fishing, they just drop these long nets and they pull in the halibut, and they said that they take a boat 3 hours south to a town called Craig, and that's where they get paid for all the fish.
What's up, Craig? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's
You don't think about it, man.
No.
You really don't.
And like these people, there's a woman on the show that's been there for 8 months, and she's like, I used to be a 911 like operator, whatever. So she sat in a call center taking 911 calls. She said it was high stress, high anxiety, like very high pressure job. And then she's like, she moved up to Alaska to take care of her aunt, and she's like, it's just totally reset me as a person. So some people need that. Some people like to get closer with nature and to be self-sufficient. I think it's pretty cool, but it's definitely a different lifestyle.
It is. That's a 180 for sure. Real quick. Sweet.
There's like one phone in town. They have to like run a wire up to this like mountain.
Really?
I think.
Well, like, for I feel like for those little like residential areas, like you said, like it's like 36 people.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, everyone's got a boat. Everyone's just kind of building their different
one sheriff,
stuff.
like one doctor.
I don't even know if there's police.
Yeah.
It's all like, they're not getting permits to build a deck. They're going out there and chopping down trees and then making their own wood to build this deck. It's like they just have to do what they have to do type of thing.
Gotcha.
I'm sure there's laws and regulations that they abide by, but I don't think there's police or anything.
I mean, being a U.S. state, there must be something. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the world works up there. I'm learning about it in the show.
I love it. I love it. If you've been there, or you've lived there, or you've traveled there for a while, let us know. Drop it down.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Shake it up.
I'm gonna try this
beat me.
kiwi one.
It's really good.
I don't know if I've had it. I might have.
Okay.
Pretty big noon guy. If you say so myself.
On today's episode, ASMR, high noon. Sizzle, fresh, high noon. That's good stuff. It really
No,
is.
it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, and
Tastes
I
like
love because
candy.
I know, low sugar. Yeah. It's funny. Speaking of high noons, so I had one yesterday, and because like I was saying earlier, I was like trying to like, we've just been doing vodka basically, to keep it clear, avoid the carbs, and their marketing is pretty cool. It's like, looks like you've made it to the back of the can, and it like gives you like a little description, but it's cool. It's really good marketing, and I never like put it together, but high noon is, I feel like it's like a Western. It must be like a Western term. Like, we'll meet you at high noon. Like, when they do like the shoot offs, it's like high noon, and they're like, I feel like that's like
Draw.
Draw. Meet me in the village
Yeah,
at high noon.
I'm curious kind of how they originated, or where they, what their thoughts were behind the marketing. And I don't know if it's like
It's a Cali company.
I was going to say, is it San Diego or West Coast or something? But
Definitely Cali.
it says Modesto.
Yep, Modesto. Yeah, they were one of the first. I mean, at least to go massively public. I mean, I'm sure there have been vodka sodas before, but these
It's all marketing.
It's all marketing, man.
And they're huge.
Yeah.
These and White Claws, like, everyone goes to.
Right, and White Claws are the malted beverage, whereas High Noons were like
Right,
real
so-
vodka, real
yeah.
seltzer. That was their thing. Real fruit juice.
I love them.
I love
good. I've like experienced or I've had my parents try them and they love them too.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like anyone from 21 to 91 like loves a good high noon. So shout out
Noons.
Noonies. Let me finish this up.
Okay, we'll watch.
We made a homemade one. We used Polar Seltzer and our Uncle Tito's.
Oh, Uncle Teets.
Oh yeah, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm moving out of the way,
Yeah, whatever.
dude.
Yeah.
Don't judge. Don't give me a hard time. Ready?
Crack it, baby.
Take a sip of peach. So, being college grads, not recently, but graduating from college,
Long time ago.
long time ago, one of your favorite things was research papers, right?
I don't know if you're being serious or not. I did really well. I'd go to the
Okay.
library for like 12 to 15 hours and just get it like busted out.
Okay.
I wasn't type. I'm like, oh, I'll do it like a month out and work on it a couple hours here and there. It's like I need the pressure of like the last few days,
Right.
and I'm gonna go to the library and just find a little spot, put on some music, and write an essay and do a bunch of research. So
Okay.
I've definitely had time. Like I had to write. I think the biggest paper I wrote, I think it was like 25 or 26 pages on the E. coli breakout at
Ooh,
Chipotle.
okay. Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
Remember that? So this is a
Yeah,
long time
dude.
ago now, but I remember grinding my butt in the library for that.
Okay. Well, I'm not questioning your skills. I'm sure you did great. And even if you do well, well, you do what you got to do. Doesn't make it like something enjoyable or super enjoyable.
If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Exactly.
Someone told me that once, and I was like, that's a good point.
It is. I know. Same with anything. It's like you see those ads on Instagram and stuff, and like, quit your daytime job now. Want to make 6 figures by sitting, laying in your bed? Easy. Like, follow these 3 steps. It's like, dude, yeah, I'm not buying. First of all, I'm not buying your program. That's how you're making the money because
Right.
everyone's gullible, and it's like,
Pyramid scheme.
yeah, exactly. It's like like you said,
You get 5 friends, and they get 5
right?
friends.
Yeah. All you have to do is have Wi-Fi. It's like, dude, like you said, it's like if it was that easy, everyone would be making 6 figures. But,
I'm sure there are some things like
Yeah,
you can be a wholesaler for Amazon. We've looked into it before.
I've seen the drop ship, right? Drop shipping
You get like a lot of stuff sent to you, and then you basically become the seller. But you have to buy it.
And you have a store and stuff. On
you must
Amazon.
make you must make profit by buying it in bulk and then selling a little bit every time.
like commissions and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
let's say you buy
profit.
something for $100 and you
True.
can sell it for $150.
Right.
Same with like refurbished furniture.
Okay.
That's an easy one, dude. If I had like we talked about building a new shed, I would love to have like a little space, go pick up furniture on the street, give it a fresh paint job, and sell it for like $150. That's an easy one.
There's a show on
You just gotta have a space
HGTV.
to do it.
Oh, I know, and like,
And you can sell anything on Facebook Marketplace
Oh,
or
yeah.
Craigslist or Marketplace is honestly the biggest one these days.
it is
Anything from cars to surfboards to golf clubs to shampoo, whatever you need. It's all on Facebook.
It is. It really
That's
is.
the only reason why I use Facebook.
Hi, is this still available? Never hear from him again. It's like that meme. The guy pulls up.
Dude, that's
hey, is this available?
That's my favorite. Yep.
Yep.
And he just
and
drives
he
away.
it's so good. But there's a show on HGTV. I think it's called Antiques. They go to like these not fairs, but like on the weekends when they have like a bunch of stores, and so they buy these antique pieces of furniture, and they redo it.
Like a
you
flea
said.
market.
A flea market. That's it. Thank you. And like you said, you buy it for $50, $60, and then they totally redo it, and that's kind of part of the competition.
Dude, we had family friends that did that for a living.
That's crazy.
You get this furniture, or you go to like a flea market, like you said, or even like a second hand store. You sand something down, like a dresser, and you repaint it and put on some new knobs. Like, maybe you're in $30 on it, but you're gonna sell it for $150, a couple $100. It's like quick profit.
It is. That's the whole like point of the show. It's usually couples, and there's like five of them, so they're all like 5 teams, and whoever sells for the most money like wins.
That's cool.
But yeah, dude, like someone bought something for like $60. It was like this wardrobe thing. like you said, sanded it down, varnish.
Refinished it.
Well, refinished it, and then they put a new varnish. What's the thing called? Varnish,
no
I think.
idea.
It's like a stain almost, and they put like brand new handles on it. They redid everything, and then they sell it for like $250.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's when I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but when Lindsay's former employer closed, they said help yourself to any of the stuff, and we sold a bunch of it and made some money on it.
Yeah, that's also a good way.
It's not
doing
it's
it.
not hard. It's just you got to do it.
Right.
You know, anyone can talk about it, just like
Right.
doing a podcast, but until you execute it,
Yep.
you're not going to see any results.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Not going anywhere. So not everyone should be on the podcast or whatever. That's like the most common thing we get. Well, you know what? Not
Here we
everyone
are.
does.
This actually isn't even for you guys. This is for
No,
us. We're
it
going to look
is.
back on this when we're like 180 years old,
right.
because I'll be that old in like a couple years anyways. But
And if
I'll be like,
everyone
wow,
had a
look at us.
podcast, yeah. If everyone had a podcast, there would be billions right now, and that's not the case. The reason though why I asked about the whole research paper, which is fine. I love going on tangents, honestly.
How did we get here?
I know. Where are we? So I saw this thing where an article about 25 extremely bizarre research paper like topics, and I won't go through all 25, but I figured reading off a couple would be really funny because some of them are just really, really weird.
Let's hear it.
Let's go. So one of them is, do woodpeckers get headaches?
That's a great question. They must have adapted to it.
Yeah, that's all they do is just slamming.
Imagine they're just like, oh, my head is killing me.
But I'm gonna keep doing it because I love wood. I love wood and worms. Yeah, so it said the answer is basically that no, they don't get headaches because they have sturdy jaws and small brains. So I guess you're not.
I could have told you the brain thing. Bird brains.
Yeah, and these answers are like what the research paper, what the result was, like what they found out. And this is, I won't read them off for everything, but this one's like cure for a headache, and it was done by British Journal of Ophthalmology in 2002. So it's just like crazy research papers, that people are writing about. So it's funny. This one is stupid, but I thought it was funny because it says, which weighs more, a pound of feathers or a pound of lead? A pound is a pound, obviously.
Pound's a pound, right?
A pound's a pound. So I was like, why was that even a thing? And I guess it says because although it's obviously the same, researchers at Illinois State University determined that people consistently rated the lead as weighing more.
Well, so lead is a lot more dense, which doesn't. I mean, it can be a factor of how much it weighs, but like you said, a pound is a pound,
right.
and it'd have to be a pretty dense package of feathers to be a pound.
Right.
But lead is pretty dense too. But
I mean, yeah, if it's in the sack, or I don't know how they're
everything
measuring
falls at a
Right.
certain rate, right?
Right.
So if you drop a brick or if you drop a pencil, they're going to
Boom.
fall from the top of the Empire State Building at the same time.
But right.
Ants, I've heard or read, can fall from that height, and
Okay.
because of the speed that they go at, it doesn't kill them. They could fall from the top of the Empire State Building to the ground and walk away from it.
Because they're kind of just floating with the
I
air.
forget what
Yeah.
the speed is or the momentum is, but yeah, it's because of that rate at which things fall because of gravity.
Okay, yeah. I mean, a feather is going to like flutter through the air
so
with
that
the
would
wind.
be different.
And then
That's why I used a
brick or lead-
pencil as an example. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
as dense or as big as a brick, but they'll fall at the same rate.
Right. I think I'm pretty sure they said if you dropped a penny off of the Empire State
They
Building,
could kill somebody.
it would kill someone because of the speed it picks up. Yeah.
I'm not a scientist, but I've read that as well.
Yeah, I know. So tune in. Tune in to next time.
Tuna sandwich.
Here we go. This is funny. Is a full stupid ads. Here we come.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Is a full or an empty beer bottle better for breaking a human skull? First of all, what makes breaking
Right,
a
who
human
thinks of
skull
this?
is better? Right. These are legitimate.
What do you think, though? The full beer bottle's got to be heavier, right? Which would do more damage. The
So
empty one would
heavier?
shatter.
But see, I think the shattering would cause more damage.
I disagree.
You disagree?
I think it would shatter, and that would relieve pressure on one finite spot, and the glass would like kind of disperse, right?
Right.
Whereas one hitting somebody with a full bottle, if it doesn't break, that all that forces into one spot, which would
True.
hurt
True.
a lot, right? I don't know.
Do you think a glass beer bottle filled with liquid would have more of a chance of not shattering than a bottle that's empty?
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like...
I could be wrong, but that's how I feel.
Oh, yeah, no. There's no right or wrong answers. I think it's like if it's full with liquid, I feel like it would react as more of a blunt object, whereas an empty would be like a knife.
But it
or
would
a
shatter,
sharp.
and then
Right.
that pressure would disperse, right? So
True.
that force wouldn't be on the skull anymore because
Right.
it broke.
Well, you're right.
It pushed it back into it, right?
True.
Hey, I wrote this paper,
Yeah,
actually. That's
right.
me.
Hey, this is from college.
Professor Matt.
Yeah. It's another university. It says apparently full bottles. It says apparently, but it's kind of like you said. I mean, it's heavier. Full bottles strike with more force, but can be used to break skulls.
Dude, I'm
Again?
the smartest person on
That's
the
right.
earth.
Let's go.
Wing Wednesday, baby.
I know, Wing
Hello?
Wednesday. Well, I see though. If I was the professor grading this paper, I'd be like,
You're sick.
why the hell are
Calling
you
the cops.
researching what's gonna break a skull?
Right.
Am I next?
Like, why
Yeah.
not just like a rock or a seashell? Like, you gotta say a human skull.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Sally does sell seashells by the seashore. Oh, Chris,
You do it so good.
Chris, you want
I
some
can't
popsicles?
whistle. I can whistle, but I can't do it through like my teeth. Here's another one. Have people really been abducted by aliens, and why?
We watched a crazy show recently. I forget what it's called, but it was about these two guys in like Alabama, and a UFO showed up and like took them onto their craft, and then they like came back.
Oh, I watched that.
What was it?
I absolutely
I forget
watched
what it was,
that.
but they were like, no one believed them
Okay.
until there was like a few other witnesses that saw the UFO from like a bridge.
And it was
or,
on
like,
the
across
news, and
the bay.
people were following them
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, wasn't it like unexplained files?
Maybe,
or something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. The unexplained.
I don't know, dude.
Lexi and I watched it. I know. Yeah, he. I think
Because
like,
they
the
both
brother-
felt it. They both
Right.
felt that something took them away,
right.
and that they were on a different craft, and then all of a sudden they were back.
Because he talks about
And it was
being
not
in
all
the
of a sudden,
UFO.
but I think it was like 30 minutes. They said.
Okay, right. But and it was either a split second to everyone else, or it felt like weeks or something, right?
Yeah, something like
They were
that.
missing for a while, and he was like, "I was only gone for 30 minutes."
No, they weren't missing. Like no one
Okay.
knew they were missing. It just happened to them, and they were like, "We got to tell the authorities and like the news and all this stuff." But for them, I think you're right. I think it did feel to them like it was a long time, but it was like 5 minutes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe that was it. But
Definitely watched it. I watched it with Lexi. I think. Yeah, I definitely
funny.
did. Let's see the results here. I mean, I guess there's really no way of proving it, but
there's no proof.
nope.
I gotta see it to believe it.
I know. That's how I am. The basic conclusion of these medical researchers from Harvard and Temple Universities, wow, those are pretty prestigious schools,
Yeah.
looking at aliens, was that people have indeed been abducted, and the primary reason was the production of children. We're not even joking. What?
I would have thought like drugs.
What the hell? What
Pe-
does that even mean?
People abducted equals drugs or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
but like what the production of like so they're trying to like multiply aliens or multiply humans or mixed
that they've been
crossbreed.
abducted by producing or having children, and they say we're not even joking. Like, what the hell does that even mean?
I don't know.
Should I have kids now? I don't want to be abducted. You'll appreciate this. This will be my last one, at least for this segment. How often do deployed U.S. troops get constipated?
Dude, I don't know because so they're eating MREs, which are meals ready to eat. So like
Okay.
astronaut food, basically. I've never had one, but I know a lot of my buddies have had them, and
Okay.
they're nothing special.
No,
It's just something to fill a void, right? But
true. The Museum of Science sells the space ice
imagine
cream.
you're out in the battlefield and you got to take a shit.
I can't do it.
I'd almost rather be constipated on deployment than having to have
Yeah,
the
but
runs
is
or
it
something.
worth? Well, yeah, but is
Well, I
it
don't
worth? I know. Then the bloating.
Depends
and
how
the
you
pain.
feel, yeah.
Well, it says a pressing question. This study features some of the most detailed statistical analyses ever performed regarding rates of defecation. So, I mean, I guess meaning they went pretty deep into the whole, like, how many times
Very deep
are
into
you-
the hole.
yeah, exactly. No pun intended. How many times are you letting loose? Yeah.
What are the results? Is there anything?
That's basically all it says. That
I'm like a once a day guy.
same, and they're like, you got to go 3 times.
What?
It's like naturally you're supposed to go after every meal, and that doesn't happen. But it
No.
also is the food we eat. So
highly
what's
processed.
that's
foods. I don't know.
processed, and
Try not to. Try to stay mostly natural foods, but
you gotta do it.
I love food.
I love food too. I know it's good. It's good stuff. All right,
It's good stuff.
it is good stuff. Food,
Everything.
everything. All right, I'm gonna leave this up to you for our last
All right.
segment here. Would you rather go over some of the dumbest questions ever asked online? This is not Quora, by the way.
Oh, thank God.
Your favorite.
I hate Quora.
I know you do. Or just like really awkward and hard this or that's, or like would you rather's.
Man, that's a tough choice. They both suck.
Do they?
Let's do the first one.
All right,
I don't
let's
even
do
remember what it was.
All right, that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is.
I hate the awkward ones because it's like.
Not awkward. Just it would be like.
My grandma
would you rather?
Oh yeah. I'm like, come on, man. No one needs to hear that. No one wants to talk about that.
It's always the grandma or grandpa. No, this one's like, would you rather have hands with razor blades or feet with?
Let's do it.
No, this is different.
Oh, okay.
That was the this or that stuff. That
I
you
don't
were
care.
like,
You pick the first one.
let's do the dumbest questions. This might give us a giggle.
Are these the dumbest like Googled questions?
It
Or, like,
says
what's
online, so I think
Okay.
it's pulled from. It's called Thought. This website's called Thought Catalog. So shout out to them. Never heard of them before, but this is. I think this is taken from just any like online search.
All right.
Thing.
Give it to me.
We're on our. Give it to me, baby. We're on our second noon, so it might be a little more giggly.
Noon.
Noonie.
It's actually still my first noon, but my second drink.
That's what I meant. See, it's working.
Whoa.
All right. So these are all questions. Should I tell my parents I'm adopted? No,
Mom, Dad,
Yeah.
I'm adopted.
I'm
Whoa,
adopted.
we didn't know that.
we had no idea.
That is dumb.
That is very dumb. If you have to
Pretty
ask,
funny.
If you have to tell them, something's not right here. This is kind of funny. Why does Donald Duck wear a towel when he comes out of the shower when he doesn't usually wear any pants?
That's not a dumb question. That's a great
That's a good
question.
one. Why?
I've actually seen that recently, and I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't wear pants, so what's he covering after the shower?
I don't know what's going on. I know
Maybe he should start wearing some pants, pervert.
him and his webbed feet.
Oh, God.
It's like Arthur the Aardvark show. Arthur with the headphones when it like
I always
his
thought he
ears
was
are
a
up
squirrel.
here. I know.
Yeah.
His ears are up here, but the headphones are like down here.
Right. Yeah,
I love that stuff.
that's funny.
If I eat myself, will I get twice as big or disappear completely?
I mean, what would you do? Like, eat your arms and legs, and
And then what happens? Does it become
after that, you can't really eat anything.
protein again? Like I guess your skin wouldn't really grow back.
I don't know.
I don't
You
know about
might.
that one. Yeah.
I don't think your arms would grow back, but
No.
like, what do you eat down to the bone?
I guess. And then what? You're exposed to bacteria. I mean, it's just dumb. It is dumb. This is really funny. Does it take 18 months for twins to be born or not? It's like,
That's a dumb question. That's funny. It's obviously 2 years.
obviously. 2 years. Takes a long time for two to come out.
Twins are wild.
Twins are wild. The fact that one is crazy and triplets, quads, like
Quintuplets.
people have given birth to 8, that's just
How does that work?
crazy. I don't. It just same thing. I think they just come out very small. I think that's why a lot of complications happen because
I'm calling the cops.
they're just so. I know.
I've said this before. I have a weird
Do
feeling
it.
that Lindsay and I are going to have twins.
Yeah.
I don't know where it runs in
I
our
said that
families,
once,
but her
too.
sister,
Had twins.
well,
Yeah.
lost twins.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't have any twins in my family that I know of. Maybe it's in her family,
Right.
or maybe it was in her sister's husband's family. I'm not sure, but
And I don't think it has anything to do with.
I thought it was hereditary, like
let me look.
like
Let's
a genial thing.
Okay. Let's look.
I don't think just anyone can have twins.
Right.
But then there's the other thing. There's like, all right, they're born the same day, but they're so different, or there's identical twins.
Right.
Identical
Okay.
twins kind of scare me.
I went to school with 2 different twins.
Yeah.
One was not identical. The other was identical.
I went to school with at least one set of twins.
Some types of twins are hereditary. Suppose you're a... What does this say? I don't want to read random stuff here. Let's see. It looks like if a parent and a close relative, like a parent or sibling, has fraternal non-identical twins, this case means that you're twice as likely to have twins yourself.
That's interesting.
I guess that has to do with all those things, those DNA type things. All right, let's get a couple more out here,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna eat some wings.
Wing baby, Wing Wednesday.
Wing Wednesday. Here, one, you'll like this. Ready? Is African a religion? What the hell? Why would you ask that?
Oh man,
I wanna meet
it's
these
like,
people.
that makes me think of like Rastafarian.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what they meant.
But they said, yeah, it's like, dude.
But that is a religion, I think. African. Is Irish a religion?
Yeah, it's a religion for sure.
I guess there's a good thing for Google because people are dumb.
It's fun to look at. Is it possible for tattoos to get passed on genetically from parent to child?
Whoa, I was born with a moon on my ankle.
What the hell is that? What's on my back
I was born with
cheeks?
an anchor on my butt.
Yeah, right. I got this like stamp.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. All right.
Imagine if it was though.
I mean, that would be nuts.
Your baby comes out inked.
But it's not fully. It's just like 50%.
It develops over like the next 15, 16 years.
Whoa, it's like, I'm getting tribal. Like, tribal's on my arms. That's really funny.
That's good stuff.
If Batman's parents are dead, then how is he born? You're just you're a dumbass. Dumbass, man.
Oh my.
Yeah. Well, if you know the story, you would know what happened, and it wasn't before you were born; it was after. So, God,
The stork.
The
Stork
stork.
brought Batman.
so crazy. All right, let's find one more here. One more fun one
Give me.
before our sign off. We'll try one to make you laugh.
Bye.
All right, two,
Give me
because this is
two.
kind of funny. WTF? What the F is Obama's last name? Does anybody know? You idiots.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
What is Obama's last name? Everyone just calls him Obama.
Yeah, the president. Yeah, that's really funny.
That's like no one calls him Barack. No one calls Donald Trump Donald. Like it's just
No.
Obama and Trump and
Right.
Biden.
Yeah, I mean, when
Mostly-
you go
there's
on
a lot
with
of
your,
names for Biden, but
of course, Biden is typically not one of them.
yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to any rally or whatever, it's always usually like the last name. It's just
Yeah.
like how it goes. Same with backs of jerseys, sports teams. It's always the last name.
Dude, my favorite quote from Miracle.
Oh, that's a great
He
movie.
says, Herb Brooks, the coach, says, the name on the front is a hell of a lot more important than the name on the back. USA, baby.
That's a good one. That's a
great
good one.
Good
Well,
Disney movie.
Great Disney movie.
Probably my
So-
favorite.
So
right in front of or behind Nemo.
okay.
Although that might be Pixar. I don't know what the difference is.
Well, it's funny. We went to Vermont a while back and stayed in Burlington, and my
That's where the
brother-in-law.
Olympics were.
Yeah. The what?
Or Lake Placid
Yeah,
is where
yeah.
the Olympics were for during that season, the U.S. Miracle.
Okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. So we were there, and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law were there, so we met up for like a night. And my brother-in-law and I stayed up late and watched Miracle, which was great.
Nice.
That was my first time, but it was a great movie. All right, here's the last one to really rot your brains out. How far of a drive is it from Miami to Florida?
Oh, my gosh.
Why don't you drive it and let us know?
Let us know.
Let us know.
While you're driving that, tune in
Yeah.
Thursdays at 11 a.m. New podcasts every week. Check out our reels. Check out our Facebook, our TikTok, our what else is there?
Our SoundCloud.
Our bunghole, Meta,
Yeah, right. Yeah. Meta, AI,
Martini.
credit score. Yeah.
Check out your
Everything.
credit score.
Check your credit score for us. We'll be there.
Well,
'Cause
as always.
as always, shake it up. Peace.
The Martini boys. The Martini boys. Pour yourself a drink. Oh yeah. The Martini boys. The Martini